this space. Anybody in the hall can give me, can you fill these dots? Anybody? Fill these two spaces, please. Anybody in the class here? Take the time, please. No problem. You can go for it, man. It's more than one word. Based on what Jerry talked about maybe a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This is the right answer, man. This is the right answer. Okay. Next slide, please. So what the student does is more important than the teacher does. Here, Jerry talked about all these things, but I am not talking about any theory or any sort of hypothesis here. I just want to show that these are my students, okay, and I try to implement all these aspects which I learned from during my all these what we say meetings or with the conferences here. But the thing is more important is maybe you agree with this statement or you disagree with this statement. But the important thing is how you implement all these things inside the class. So hopefully in my presentation you'll find some solutions that you can really implement all these things in your class. These are some key hypotheses which we learned about all these things. I'm not going to talk about any of this because Jerry already gave you some idea, and we are all participants of these meetings over there, so we know about all these things. But my all practical or my all videos which you are going to watch now, based on all these aspects, all these hypotheses. Next, please. The constructive alignment is another very key feature here in our training. Yes, next, please. Okay, this is also what I try. You will watch my videos here. You will see that I try to put this one. This is missing to some extent in my teaching, okay, in my practice. But I try to put this one really in the form of assessment. How we can inculcate, how we can form these elements into our assessment. You will really watch something in the videos that how I try to put formative assessment, formative feedback in whole framework of assessment. Yes, please. Bloom's taxonomy, really I believe on this, okay, and many times I talk with Brother Riyadh about this. Okay, so learning by doing is on the top. So I am a strong believer of this one, and I try to implement this, and I give full opportunity to my students inside the class to play with the language, to play with the things, and they learn a lot. And I'll show you the results, okay? And you will find really interesting things here. Yes, please. I think race ripple model, you just learned about this. Okay, next one. Okay, this is the first, when I joined ELC here, this was my first final exam, okay? I think you can read it, but let's, I read for you. I have good family. My father, he work, teacher. My mother, she work, home. So after 14 weeks of hard work, I get this result. So this compels me, this compel me to think about some other options. So luckily, in our department, there are a lot of committees, okay? So I find one option there. Next slide, please. SRSD. So I joined the assessment committee over there, and I find one solution here. And I'm really grateful to Dr. Ahmed. He provides us the second opportunity. So I went to the active learning, meetings. So I learned a lot. And you will find that how these two aspects really helped me to develop my students and my pedagogical skills inside the class. Okay, just give you the brief introduction about the SRSD.